Hello and welcome to BG Podcast, episode 253. I'm A.J. Bingham, founder and CEO of Bingham Group, and joining me is co-host Hannah Garcia.
Hello, everybody.
All right, as always, we're reviewing the prior week in Austin politics, and this will be for the week of May 20th, as well as what's up for the week ahead, the short week ahead of May 27th. So with that, let's get to it. Last week, we had some more news out of Dallas coming to more news of moves coming from Dallas to Austin, with two members of now city manager TC Broadnax's leadership team, former leadership team from Dallas, coming down to Austin. So that includes John Fortune, who will be assuming the role of deputy city manager, and Genesis Gavino, who will be coming in as a special assistant to Mr. Broadnax. And that Mr. Fortune will start on June 7th, his last day with Dallas will be June 7th, and Miss Gavino's last day with Dallas will be May 31st. And so expect them to probably be starting at some point in June or thereabouts. And that's the latest we have so far. We'll get to this a little later, but it kind of ties into our police chief search. But there had been active speculation of a potential move of a police chief, the police chief Eddie Garcia moving as well. Since then, the city of Dallas has got him on a contract, or so, got him settled, so he'll be moving. But yeah, two higher profile moves from Dallas coming to Austin. We've been tracking the org chart, City of Austin org chart since about a year and a half ago, and
Yeah,
then
since the
interim
new
city,
city manager
mhm,
took his.
interim city manager Garza came in. So we'll be updating with these new positions once they are in place, as well as always monitoring for what else may shift over the summer, into the fall, into the new year. And we do expect some moves to occur. TBD on those, but I would bank on some of those. And then going into this week, we have council's last meeting before the summer recess on May 30th. 184 items, so significant. And one of note that we've been watching since last week is around climate fees. And so this is item 182. It is to conduct a public hearing to consider direction to the city manager regarding the development of an environmental investment plan to address climate change, sustainability of city operations, and community resiliency. And so council this morning met in work session to discuss this. And there's a lot to unpack here. It's a significant set of proposals that is sponsored by or led by Councilmember Ryan Alter. But Hannah, I know we were watching this morning and talking about this some last week and this morning. But any thoughts on it, and just other points I missed?
I think it's really interesting that they're thinking about doing this, but it's definitely in line with all of council's others goals. Definitely interested to see what the city manager will come back with in a few months. Right now it's relatively vague, so we don't know what this proposed climate fee will look like. So yeah, just very interested to see how this policy actually ends up shaping up.
Yeah, the devil will be in the details on that. And along with that, whether that fee ends up being, there is the potential, has been discussed, to have a bond election too in 2026. And so that is all, we'll have more direction on that along with the public on Thursday, but it's a lot. And so I think even what staff has already said in a memo last week, that they expect to be working on the fee portion, what it may look like through the summer, up until the draft budget is released and onward to August. And so we've informed clients who may be impacted by that. And yeah, more to come on that. But again, the devil will be in the details about what they may look like. But if it's a fee, I expect that to really impact commercial buildings, or folks who have an interest, or commercial what's the word I'm looking for here? Commercial payers on that, for folks who use Austin Energy. And so more to come on that. And yeah, turning to on the horizon, we have our police chief search. And so this kicked off May 15th and it'll close on June 10th. So coming up really fast. And the firm that it conducted the city manager search is conducting the police chief search, Mosaic Partners. But yeah, Hannah, I think we talked about this last week too, but any further thoughts on this, and just what we expect to see at least in terms of the community engagement portion of this?
Yeah, I definitely think it's not going to be, the traditional community engagement where they're doing town halls. It'll likely be, several, meetings and community surveys individually. So expecting to see another survey come out similar to the one that we got, prior to the city manager search, where it was
Mm-hmm.
questions, and they all kind of aimed at a specific thing, and then getting a report based off of that. I
Mm-hmm.
definitely think they're going to internally ask APD what this will look like. Especially, they're the ones doing the policing, so it's you want to ask them, as well as council and maybe even city staff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, this is in line, I think and Mr. TC or City Manager Broadnax had announced his top priority was hiring a police chief, and then almost in parallel with that was solidifying a new contract with the police association, which I believe we're about a year out of contract, and they've bridged that with other provisions, but a new contract, we've been out of contract on that for about over a year now. And those are obviously, I think, and hand in hand, new permanent leadership and that Paul that goes will are very aligned. And I was looking back at kind of touching back on Dallas's current police chief Eddie Garcia, because he was hired under then city manager Broadnax when he was a city manager of Dallas in February of 2021. So in that process, Mr. Garcia was selected over six other finalists, including four from within the city of Dallas PD ranks. That process also included 55, let's see, or included more than 55 community and business groups that took part in the search process, as well as a live stream interview with the city council. So that's interesting. So we'll see how that plays out in Austin. Obviously, though, I think all up to say, the city of Dallas, they fought once I kind of word got out that Austin may be looking at Chief Garcia as well as City of Houston. They got on board to secure his tenure with the City of Dallas, and that he had this was 2 weeks ago. He got a lot of praise from city council as well as the City of Dallas or the Dallas Police Association. So all around, he's been well received by the community there, which hopefully we can get some of that uh that uh that magic for our search. We definitely need someone who fits that bill, I think, for Austin's community issues as well. So more to come there, but that could come very fast. And Hannah and I are both, and thinking about the city manager search, I didn't think it would go long, but I didn't expect it to happen that fast.
Yeah, I think our
All right.
initial predictions were that we wouldn't get a city manager hire until well into fall of 20.
Yeah. Yeah, so again, this role is as critical as the city manager, different reasons, but as critical. But I think ultimately, if they get the right pool of candidates, and again, this isn't something I think there will be. I don't know when they would vote on this. I mean, actually not to vote on it. It's the city manager's purview. Assuming he wants council's input in the communities, this could happen before council comes back in for formal voting on July 12th for the draft budget. But yeah, I mean, that might be our summer activity then from June to July. But I could see this being settled before, well, at least by August 1st.
Yeah,
Assuming
definitely.
assuming the candidate pool is of quality for council's taste and as well as city manager Broadnax. So that's what we have for this week. Again, council meets for their final meeting before summer recess on this Thursday, May 30th. We'll be there for the 185 item agenda and reporting back next Monday. But yeah, that's all we have for today.
All right. Bye,
Take care,
everybody.
y'all.